Now try this trivia. Now try this trivia. Now trivia. Now trivia. Now trivia this.
And we're back. Let's go.
Marcus, I just shared a new ninja with you. If you can add it to the screen between us two, we are going to rank all of the contestants on the perfect match.
Wow, you couldn't even get the show name correct.
Now, I want to say that we are doing this together, so we have to agree. So there might be some debate, some lively debate that happens, which I think is great. But this is for us. We are not judging these people in their merits in the real world. They are all real people. We are not saying anything's wrong with these people. We're not saying they're actual trash. All right, the first person here, and honestly, I might forget some of these people's name. The first person here. Oh, first, let me talk about the tiers. We have soulmate. They're our soulmate.
Our
we would marry the
soulmates?
person. Yeah, this is for us.
I was getting it set up,
us.
so I forgot. If we would date them.
Yes, because I don't want to judge people on their merits in the world. This is just for our personal taste and ability to be with all of these people.
This is not going to go well.
We have soulmate,
and we have to agree for the both of us.
Yeah, that's right. Yep. So there is soulmate.
Okay. Oh man, what a game. Okay.
We would move in with them. I thought this would be the liveliest way to do it. We would have a fling with them.
Mm-hmm.
We would ghost them.
Okay.
Or they are straight up trash.
Okay. Got it. Okay.
Yep.
I like
it's a
this.
more complicated fuck, marry, kill, right?
It's much more complicated. Why are you putting someone?
Person.
They all start at the top.
Well, I just need to put them on screen for you.
Okay, cool.
This is Abby. Abby was from 20-somethings Austin. Abby, you've met Abby, right?
Yes.
Abby came in to match with Francesca in a very, very crazy moment. I can't believe it happened. I was in shock, but she came in. What were your feelings on Abby?
I feel like Abby seemed like another person who was very like, I'm going to come in hot. I'm going to cause drama and chaos. I'm not one to mess with kind of attitude, you know? And then she seemed like a very pleasant person. And that shocked me.
She's like a normal person with
also,
like normal insecurities and normal confidence levels. And
Francesca is one of the worst people, period. She is a villain. And I don't think it's the show. A lot of times people will argue, oh, it's the editing. They made me look like a villain, blah, 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 blah. I think Francesca is just not a great person in real life.
She was kind of a villain on her season of Too Hot to Handle, too.
She just seems bad. And that's something that she has to work with. And those who want to date her will also have to kind of deal with. But Abby, anyone who gets matched with her or ends up be dating her forever, however amount of time, will always seem like a hero in comparison to Francesca. So my vibe of Abby is that she's like a good person, but that might be skewed because of her interactions with Francesca. So I would say she seems nice.
I actually agree with all of that. I think she would be too much for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean that in a very endearing way. I think she's like very confident. It seems like did you see her takedown of Bartiz?
No.
Never mind then.
On the episode 10, I have like 3 minutes left of episode 10. So basically, I think they're matched together still. It's just like everyone's kind of just matched, and some people went home permanently because it's whatever.
That's the way of the show.
But they're still matched right now.
Yeah. Okay. So Abby,
Bartiz sucks. I hate Bartiz.
We will talk about Bartiz when he comes up because I have so much to say about Bartiz. But actually, I don't think it's a picture of Bartiz. Oh shit. I'll find a picture and I'll figure it out. So the Abby, I think, is great. I think she seems super cool, super sweet. I think she deserves love. I think she's gonna find it.
Yeah.
I just think that it's easy to set her off, and I think I would set her off a lot.
I also don't think I would be a good match for her either.
So we're somewhere in the middle, right?
I would say Ghost for me. But I think I would put most people in Ghost or Trash. If I'm being super honest for myself, Ghost or Trash.
But
there's one soulmate.
I'm sorry.
There's one soulmate.
I'm sorry. Let me rephrase this. This isn't you, Marcus, now. This is you, Marcus. Perfect Match Season 3 allows podcast people. No, it's not even that. You are Marcus, and you are a social media influencer, Marcus. You are not living the life you live now. You are on one of these shows.
And my life has just crashed, crumbled. I'm
Yeah.
out there on the reality shows.
Right.
Got
right.
it. Douchebag villain Marcus. Okay. Douchebag
I don't
villain
know if you-
Marcus.
I think people would like you on reality TV, but that's beside the point. So I'm thinking fling or move in. I think like in terms of all the people on the show, I think I like her more than most people.
I think
That's where I'm
since I'm picking Ghost and you're leading move in, let's go middle and say fling.
All right. Here on the record, we would both have a fling with Abby. Perfect.
Nope,
And
that's
nobody's
not
gonna get
what-
mad about this
That's
at
not
all.
what we said.
There's no one that's gonna be upset about this game at all. All right, next person.
as our
Oh,
girlfriends
okay.
watch.
Very specifically, my girlfriend is watching this one. Yes. All right. Next person is I have to look up her name because I forgot. Selling Anne Sophie from Selling Tampa.
In the chat, T is watching episode 1 of Perfect Match while we're doing this, and I'm enjoying his little updates because Francesca sucks.
I love that.
Okay. What's her name? Abby what?
Anne Sophie.
She annoyed me so hard. She just
didn't
seemed
like
like a lot off the bat. And then she was matched with that guy for like a brief second.
Zay. Yeah.
No, not Zay. The guy, the middle
Oh.
guy.
Chase.
No, not Chase. The other guy. Charles Kelvin or something. He was in there
Yeah.
for like 5 minutes. They both annoyed the shit out of me.
I agree.
So I would say Ghost.
I would say trash. Anne Sophie for me is that friend who just thinks they're such hot shit that they deserve everything, that they're not willing to like ever say, how are you doing? Maybe she's very lovely in person, but the only
Yeah.
thing that presented itself, it felt very, I don't know. I don't even know how to describe
I
it.
disagree with that. I think for me, I think it's just she seemed like her love language was like playing around in a way that I wouldn't get along with. It would make me feel insecure and sad.
Lexi, don't put me on blast like this. Is this retribution? She said every time I tried to talk about Anne Sophie, Nick was like, I just look right through her. That was so mean. All right,
Okay.
we'll stay on Ghost so I don't see that bad.
There you go.
Calvin was trash.
Trash. He
I have
seems
nothing to say
he's the
about
worst version of Anna Sophia
Yeah, that's great. And Sophie.
and
All right.
Sophie.
Chase. How do you
Chase.
feel about Chase?
He's full on. He is villain mode, but Francesca still made him look good, which is hilarious and
I
insane.
know. Is that insane?
Yes, that is insane. I would
My
say
favorite thing about Chase was
Uh-huh.
I didn't know anything about him. I didn't watch the season 2 Haunted Handle. When he came in on that date with Carousel in the first episode or second episode or whenever it was, he was like nice. And he was like
Yeah.
super into
I was
Carousel.
shocked.
He said I went to college to like learn relationships. And I was like,
Mhm. I was
who is
shocked.
this handsome, emotionally intelligent, all there for Carousel? Man. And then he went to the house and he was that way with every single
Yeah.
girl.
Yeah, he just went
And then he
villain
gave
mode.
George a rock.
Yeah.
Did you see that? You saw that?
Yeah, I saw that. That was
Yeah.
early. I'm like almost done with the show. So everyone's matched.
I watched it all. I
Yeah,
binged it
yeah.
all. I don't remember.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Give a rock.
During one of the challenges, he had mentioned that he kissed Carousel and that he chipped his tooth, and it was he
Oh,
lied
yeah.
about it to manipulate the score, and it was a whole
Should have
thing.
cheated. Yeah,
And that annoyed me that he cheated during
Hated
that
that.
challenge.
hated that. Hated that there were no retribution or
Mm-hmm.
no repercussions for it. But also kind of cute. So Ghost, not trash.
Yes, agree. No, I think he's trash. But I'll go Ghost if you're.
You don't think that we
on the
could
fence.
change him just a little?
No,
bit?
because he wants you to think that. He wants you to think that.
I know.
You're
and
falling
it
for
works on
everybody's
me.
traps.
I have low self-esteem.
You're falling for everybody's
I have low
traps.
self-esteem. It works.
He's trash.
All right, fine,
Trash.
trash.
Everyone in the chat says trash.
All right, fine. Chloe, love my girl Chloe. She came on and Lexi was like, I love Chloe. And I was like, why? And then I met Chloe and I was like, she's just so nice. And then has these moments of like brilliance for like half a second of emotional intelligence. And then she keeps going back to being like super dumb and sweet. I loved her. Lexi agrees. What do you think of Chloe? You don't like Chloe.
I like Chloe, and I think she's
Oh,
cool and fun. If I'm thinking like relationship wise,
Mhm.
it's a no also. but I
Why?
think
Find her annoying?
yeah.
Yeah,
I
fair.
think she just kind of like she's trying to figure out what she's still
she
trying to figure out what
leans
she
into the
wants.
ditziness. She leans into the ditziness.
Yeah.
You know, she
Yeah, yeah,
leans
yeah,
in.
yeah.
And she's okay with that. She
100%.
owns it. I
Yeah.
think she owns it in an endearing way, but like
Yeah.
she's ditzy.
Yeah, I love her and Shane together. I think they are like a great match. I loved their like relationship.
Seeing Shane on Love is Blind, it's wild because he was with this girl who was pretty mild in terms of like personality,
Yeah.
but then also like jabbed them a lot
Mhm.
and like joked with them. And he was so insecure, and I'm sure you see it in
He's
the show.
very
He's
insecure.
so insecure that he just got shut down every time
Yeah.
by the person he almost married. And she left him at the altar, right?
Yeah.
And Chloe like is so nice and sweet, lift him up. But then those moments when Shane completely broke down, it was like, I want to root for you, Shane, but you're just an idiot.
No, he's too insecure for Chloe. I don't know. I think that she's, she's definitely. I'm being
She's
honest.
my highest one. I'd marry her.
Okay, let's do Mary because I have one spot in my heart for soulmate, and that's I will fight for this person to be my soulmate.
You know what's upsetting? I'm pretty sure that person isn't on this list, and I don't know why.
Okay.
If it's the same one that I think
Maybe
it is. Let's talk about Shane, because Shane, we were just talking about him. I am rooting for Shane. I am rooting for him as a person.
Yeah.
I want him to figure it out, but I want nothing to do with him personally.
Yeah. No, I think that Shane, I didn't like Shane, and I still kind of don't like Shane. I think he's very insecure and can you do an impersonation of Shane? I just cut myself off, but can you do one? You have to be tempted to.
well, I don't know. It's I don't know. It's like he's so chaotic.
It's like in the face. It's like open mouth, top bow, and then like dead eyes. Like
yeah.
I mean, I don't know what you're talking about.
T says he's been watching for 10 minutes, and Shane seems like a wet nap.
I don't know what you're talking about. I just really feel like I feel like.
Oh, that was good. That was a good Shane. That was good.
I was rubbing my crotch. I was rubbing my crotch, and that really brought out the Shane in me.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Wow. I see it. That was good. I'm rooting for Shane. You might be able to talk me into fling, but I think he's a ghost.
I would say he's a fun time, but he's too insecure.
I don't
so
deal with
I would
that.
say fling. He's on the same level for Abby for me.
You know what's funny? Before the show, I would have called him trash, maybe ghost, but the show like really endeared me for him. Like,
same.
Because I think all his faults, and he has a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And I hate to steal something from the Bachelor, but I do think he was there for the right reasons.
I do think he was there for the right reasons too.
I think he really wanted to find somebody.
Yeah.
I think he wants somebody.
Yeah.
I don't think he's ready for anyone. I'm going to skip a couple of these because I legitimately don't know their name.
Wait, but what if
it's
about someone that I like? Who knows?
Okay, do you know what this person's name is?
No. She never made it on the show, right?
Cool.
She was like a choice, but she didn't get to.
No, I think she had one date.
Oh, maybe.
Francesca. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about Francesca.
Oh man, she's full on villain mode. Francesca,
but she's hot.
No, she's not. She is one of the worst people that I have seen on a reality show. Like she is so conceited. She is so full of herself. And she literally is like, I like people who are obsessed with me. And it's true. You see it every instance on the show. The second someone is into her, she's like, okay, maybe I'm into them too.
If you were to parody the show on a sketch or SNL or something, the person that they would make is Francesca. She is like the epitome of what people think go on these shows.
Yes,
right?
Exactly.
And she actually is that person.
She's conceited. She is just a bad person. She's like constantly like doing this with her hair, like just pulling her fingers through her hair and just like it's just bad vibes. You're just giving me bad vibes, and that's a red flag. And it's like, you are a walking red flag. What are you talking about?
And here's the thing, I thought that about her, and as this show started and she was so solid with Dom, I was ready to change my mind. I was so like, oh my God, am I gonna be like totally 360 on Francesca?
Yeah.
What am I gonna eat my craw? Is A gonna be on my face? And then the Damien thing happened, and I was like, Ferk me hard.
Ferk her.
But
Ferk. You gotta air. Ferk.
But Marcus, I mean, Marcus.
No, trash. It's trash
But
mode, man.
Marcus.
It's trash mode.
Marcus.
Nick, who
But
are you?
Marcus.
I look.
All right, it's fine.
I feel like you and I have never really talked about your like dating life at all because it was just not there. It was college and then not there really. You went on like one date and then Lexi was like pretty much how you're sort
I
of
will say
dating.
Lexi agrees with me. In this
And so I feel like playing this game with you, I'm learning so much about you that I didn't know. And
Really?
yeah, 100%.
well, I don't really have a type, right? Like
No.
But
There's like TV hot people, and then
sure.
there's like realistic hot people, and sometimes there's like an overlap between those two.
Yeah.
But Francesca's like, she's like TV attractive. She's like what you're
sure,
supposed to be
100%.
attracted to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I am because I'm a man. All right.
Yeah, I'm
well,
not.
let's talk
I'm
about
not into
Damien.
it. I'm not into it.
Bro,
Darren's
can I
right.
just
Nothing
say,
could be worth it. Yeah.
Damien, I hate Damien. I hate Damien with a passion. I watched this season, and he was with a sweet girl. Lexi doesn't like her, but Giannina, she's an influencer girl that's insecure. Now she's with a dude from The Bachelor. They seem super happy. But this is the guy where I think they showed the clip where his fiance from Love Is Blind basically had to tell him he's bad at sex.
Yeah.
And I hate him. Wet blanket. This guy's a wet blanket.
You hate him because he's bad at sex?
No, I hate him because of his attitude, because who he is. He's just the way he walks around, like it's like
I
you're
will say
hot,
this about Damien. I hated Damien, and then he
Francesca did
dated
the same thing to him.
Francesca. and I was like,
Francesca so much so.
yeah, everyone who dates Francesca, I'm like, oh, actually, maybe they're not that bad.
All right,
Maybe they're not that bad.
it's fair. You could talk me out of putting him low, but I don't like Damien.
I would say Ghost. I don't think he deserves
All right.
trash. He's not as bad as Francesca.
That's fair. That's fair. That is fair. Or Chase. Oh
Or
my God,
Chase.
Chase is trash.
Or
Yeah, that's
what's
right.
his name?
Calvin.
Kevin.
I bet Calvin. I feel bad for Calvin. Calvin, you're here because you had no screen time. Maybe you're nice. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah,
But from what we saw, trash. All right. Inez.
Inez seems like a very good person. I think I wouldn't get along with her.
Flaws.
I don't think I would get along with her, but I think she might be soulmate Mary tier.
The only thing I didn't like about her was one thing, but everything else I loved. I loved what she said. I loved her friendships.
Mhm.
I loved how she carried herself. I just wish. I feel like I just wish the right person came right through the door right away. Is all
Yeah.
it was. She seems like if there was a good person that was free right away,
She would have gone
she
for
could
it.
have left the show with somebody.
I agree.
She seemed really emotionally intelligent.
Yep.
She seemed like a great friend. She also seemed like a good time, fun time. She was the best kisser in the house. These are just the
It's true.
statistics. She got the most tense. People in France, they know how to kiss. This is just something they can do. We know this apparently. But she just seemed it made her seem flighty because she had so many dates.
Yeah, she had a lot of dates. She had a lot of like potential matches, but she was doing the show. She was dating. She
Yeah.
didn't feel something. She unmatched if she didn't feel something, and then at the end she left on her own accord. You know?
Now, I don't know if this is going to change the level. I was watching a TikTok from Nick, who
Uh-huh.
bashed with her for a second. And in the show, it seemed like they woke up and they just got hot and cold and he was just over it.
Yeah.
Apparently, they were vibing. They went to the room that night. And then she went out and smoked some cigarettes. And cigarettes is a hard no for him. And that's why he was like, oh, I can't do it. Which,
But did he
listen,
communicate
I
that?
hate Nick. I don't fucking know. I hate Nick. But I will say cigarettes is kind of a deal breaker for me too. So like I get that, but I might get over but then I realize I might get over that no for Inez because she's so awesome.
I
So-
thought cigarettes were a big deal breaker for me. In my brain, they are a deal breaker for me. But then I dated someone who smoked, and it didn't bother me that much.
Like a little?
No, it was a good amount. And not like a pack a
it
day.
bothered you a little. Like
It bothered me a
you,
little
like,
bit. Oh yes, yeah. It bothered me.
Yeah.
It bothered me a little bit, but not like
Sure.
it didn't ruin it.
So what are we thinking, Mary?
I would say Mary
Yeah,
for
me too.
sure. Darren says soulmate.
I'm close,
Lexi says
but I say Mary.
soulmate. I say Mary.
The only reason I don't think soulmate is because I just don't know. I just don't know. I don't
She
know what
doesn't
she's
watch
like in a
anime.
relationship.
Is for me.
Honestly, that's the only reason.
Yeah.
Nick.
That is trash. I hate this
hated
man
Nick.
with a
I
burning
hated
passion.
him.
I'm glad you hate
God,
him
the
too.
way
He
the
sucks.
way he leaned in, he was so scummy and sleazy. Like,
So
hey,
scummy.
can we just
He,
both our eyes. I hate it.
Nick,
Hate it. Made me uncomfortable every moment.
Nick, I got to tell you something. Okay, we'll talk about Nick. Nick sucked ass. I hate Nick so much. When they did his introduction, he seems like the kind of guy who goes, I'm a nice guy. I'm just a nice guy, and that's why women don't like me.
Oh,
He didn't say
yes.
that. In his
Mhm.
defense, he didn't say that. But that's the vibe he was giving off. He also said this, and I am quoting this as best as I can from memory. I'm a numbers guy. I ran the numbers. I put all the girls together, all the guys together, and I ran the numbers. And I put them in an algorithm, is what he said. I put them in an algorithm, and I ran the numbers. For what? He never finished what the numbers were for or what the algorithm was. He never finished. And it frustrated me
he's
so
such
much.
a douche.
He's just a juice.
He was-
Such a
He
douchebag.
also like if I ever heard a guy say, I don't understand why girls are always complaining about guys hitting on them. Like you've heard guys say this,
Mhm.
right? Like they don't
Yeah.
understand. It's like, oh, I would love the attention. Show them the way Nick approaches a woman, because that is why.
Yes.
Because he is so slimy and
he is
skeevy
slimy.
and gets so close.
Yep.
Why does he get so close, Marcus?
Yeah.
He gets so close.
It's so
Oh.
gross. His move was getting as humanly close to someone like this. This is what you see when Nick's talking to you. This is not attractive. This is not great. This is not what you want. It's disgusting.
No, you need to be at arm's length away, 100%.
At least a little bit.
Yeah. Let's go through a couple that are really gonna not talk about a lot. Zay, I have nothing to say about him. Ghost. there
Zay's
night one.
Ghost. He was just kind of a nothing burger.
Diamond.
She seemed very
don't have
nice.
much-
I kind of like Diamond.
Oh, I hated Diamond
Why did you hate Diamond?
because I watched her Love Is Blind season. Nothing from
That's
this show
different.
made me later.
That's different.
I didn't like her. This girl, you have to watch her breakup on Love Is Blind. Just her breakup, at least, because during her season, and I feel so bad for this girl. Her whole time, her wig was off. You saw the seam.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah.
something you have to go get fixed. The whole time on Love Is Blind, and then when she found out her fiance was bisexual,
Mm-hmm.
she didn't flip out. She was like, "Oh, I'm gonna have to think about that for a second." And her bisexual fiance said, "You know what? This is why I never tell anybody, because they always freak out." And she's like, "Why are you yelling?" And he's like,
Yeah.
"No, this is why I don't do that." And then they started to fight. And then right before he left, he said this to her, and he said, "That's why your wig be slipping." And he walked away. And it was what I was thinking the whole time. And it was
But
such a burn that's all I can ever think of from this woman.
But that's
I'm
not
sure
her
she's
fault.
nice.
That's not a personality issue. It
I
is
also didn't
the
like
show's hair and makeup should have said something. I don't know if they were equipped to deal with a black person's hair. That seems unfair to her, honestly. Just saying.
You have
Look.
wow, you made me shut up real quick. I'm just saying you have to take some ownership yourself, but I will say you could totally be right. But also like you have say no, I won't get on camera unless you help me fix my hair.
Well, you don't. That's not in everyone's contract to be
you-
like, "Hey, I'm getting this opportunity to be on a
Hold on.
television
No,
show."
no. You look good before you show up on filming day.
Well, I mean, not if they're on set. If they're on set and getting ready there.
She showed up on the first day and her wig was slipping. I'm just saying it was very apparent and it bothered me the whole time.
Fair enough.
But I also just didn't like her personality on that show. and her relationship with
I
Diamond.
totally understand that, but I think on this show she seemed fine. So definitely
She seemed
not
fine.
definitely not
She seemed like
trash.
she seemed not trash. She seemed like collateral damage from some of these guys.
Sure. Yeah.
Like,
I would say
she was a reason to keep them in the house. She never had a real connection. She didn't
Yeah.
have a chance.
Fling seems nice. She's
Yeah.
on the same level as Shane.
Joey, I
Oh.
couldn't do it.
I hated Joey in the first 2 episodes, and then I really turned around on Joey. I would say Mary for Joey.
Really?
I like
I'll say move
Joey.
in.
I like
I'll say move
Joey.
in.
I like
I would say
Joey.
move in. I think Joey, Lexi, when she said he was good, I was
Mhm.
like, no way. But it was wild to me. Just his Jersey Shore personality just
Yeah.
was so. But it was really him.
Yeah.
It was really him.
It was him. He was very Jersey, and maybe it's because I live in Jersey now, but something about that. I found endearing.
He was always authentically himself, and I
Uh-huh.
can't knock him for that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
move in
his
then.
and his relationship with the carousel here was really
You
interesting.
gotta put them together. You gotta put them together on the tier.
Yeah,
You
would
gotta
agree
put
with
them
that.
together on the tier.
I'd move in carousel.
Mhm.
I think eventually her insecurities stop you from getting higher, but I think that's right.
Yep.
Georgia.
I like
Again,
Georgia.
somebody who-
She started at the bottom, and I think she's like she seemed like a nice person with a good head on her shoulders.
T just said, wait, Francesca just matched with Dom and Nick went to pull her aside. T's like actively watching the show. It's so funny. Yes, T. Yes, he did that. Why is he so close, T? That's what we're saying.
Yeah.
Sorry. What were you saying about Georgia?
I think Georgia is a good person. I think that she has a good head on her
She seems
shoulders, and she was likable. I did not expect that. I also like the unexpected, so I think she's probably like Mary.
I totally agree. The only
Mhm.
reason she's not higher is I think because since she was with such a low key dude, I don't think they like the thing that would have changed it to a soulmate would have been like a deep emotional conversation that we saw about, and again, we don't see those conversations because they go together alone every night,
Yeah.
but like about like childhood or like what they want in life or love languages. Like that's the only thing I was missing from Georgia.
Mhm.
Like I wish I saw those conversations she probably had with them.
Yeah.
But everything she showed was perfect. It was great. She was
Yeah.
super nice, super sweet, super attentive, super loyal, super beautiful. And she's from Australia. That's hot.
Yeah.
I have nothing bad to say.
I guess so. I just said yeah. I don't mean that. Being from Australia does not make you hot.
Oh, ask Lexi. Can I tell you? I'm gonna put Lexi on blast.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna put Lexi on blast. So we're watching this show. We're watching the show full. Nick just spent the whole time embarrassing
The
himself.
TV
Wait,
show
what are you
Nick.
talking about there?
TV show Nick.
Oh, I thought you were talking about me. I was like, what I do?
TV show
I
Nick.
am. But I'm watching this show. I'm a good partner. There's all these beautiful ladies, beautiful men, and I'm just sitting there. I'm just watching. Okay,
Mhm.
I have takes. I have opinions on these people. Whatever. We're sitting there. This handsome Will, and mind you, in his profile, he looked way better than he did in real person. But when Will
Okay.
showed up as his profile, he's an Australian man on my
Will?
right.
Oh, it's Australian?
Yeah.
He
Isn't
didn't
he?
have Australian accent.
Or maybe he wasn't. Maybe he was American.
He's
Whatever.
like he's American. He's from like Idaho or something.
Whatever. This tall blonde guy shows up on screen.
Yes.
And you know what I hear next to me?
What?
On my right, I hear a oof. And the best part is
yeah.
we all got to see what Will was made of because so
Mhm.
egg was not on my face because that dude
That
is
guy sucked.
unattractive.
That guy
That
sucked.
guy sucked. There's
Honestly,
no picture of him in here, but he's trash. He's straight trash.
I will say Darren also had a strong preference for Dom. She was the whole time was like,
Oh,
"Oh,
yeah.
he's just the best. He's so great." I think she avoided like words like handsome and things like that, but she she definitely
Wow,
had
he
a thing
really
for Dom.
deserves love. Oh,
Mhm.
this code.
Yeah, that stuff.
Oh, how interesting! I would totally watch a whole podcast about the coded language you use when you
Mhm.
watch these shows with a partner.
yeah. Oh, look, I know Darren's discussion. It's okay. It's fine.
What about Forkin guy?
Darren says I'm only human. Farrakhan, trash. I fucking hated him. I Farrakhan hated
Yeah, I
him.
don't like him.
He
I
said
didn't-
kept
I
saying
didn't like him at
Fark, and it was like you're not Irish. You're not even they say feck. And so what is this Fark? It doesn't make any
Well,
sense.
he's because he's religious. He's trying to avoid the thing.
No.
But when you say it with that emotion, you're saying a bad word. It's about
Yes.
the emotion of saying a bad
Exactly.
word.
He's
You're a
also-
hypocrite.
He's also a horny virgin and being the biggest slut. And I hate him.
Yeah,
I don't like
hate
it.
him.
He's being
Trash.
an asshole. Piece of shit.
Savannah, fling. She seems like a good time.
Savannah?
Yeah, she's conniving, but like when her and
Oh,
Francesca
Savannah's
had
married. Savannah's married for me.
their- Really?
Savannah's the only one I was attracted to in the show.
Oh, sure.
Savannah.
She's very attractive.
I would say, and also she seemed intelligent. She kind of sucked at the show.
She seems like she sucked, but also I don't know. Maybe I'm just like projecting.
Mhm.
There seems to be a level of like, but if we were like in it together and we were vibing, I feel like she would go to bat. For
I
me.
think
she
so.
would like fight for me.
She
You
went
know?
to bat for Nick, and Nick sucked. Imagine if
Nick
she was actually
sucked.
with somebody good.
Yeah, like the way she went about the Dom thing, I think sucked.
Yeah.
But like, if she was there with Dom at the beginning and they were vibing,
Yeah.
who knows?
She also stood up to Francesca,
One of the only ones, yeah.
which was like a huge, because everyone throughout the whole show has a problem with Francesca, and there's some key moments where people talk to her, but no one stood up to her, and Savannah did. And it's so funny because then after that whole thing, immediately the next episode is when Francesca decided to betray Dom. So it was like you had this interaction where you made Dom feel bad. You made it weird. You kept talking about how awkward it was. And then the next moment that you get, you basically try to get Dom off the show.
Yeah, agreed. Now, Izzy, I don't have anything to say about it.
I got nothing to say about it. She seemed nice. She seemed like she was there for the right reasons.
Nice. She seemed like did she?
I think
didn't
so.
get any of that.
I think the vibes I got. I think she was. Yeah, sure. Ghost is fine. She wasn't there for long enough.
Elsie, I feel the same way.
Elsie, she was into Nick, and that bothered me. So anybody who's that into Nick is like trash or Ghost for sure.
Sure. My only problem with Elsie is she was the reason that Shane got that Shane got all worked up about the thing. She was like, "Wow, I would be really upset."
Yeah. She kind of manipulated that.
For whatever reason, that's all the pictures in this thing. But
okay,
we say Will, trash. We agree.
Will is trash.
Artis,
how
trash.
do they not have Dom? Dom is he's.
Don't worry, I got Dom.
Thank you. That's how the chart should look. The chart needs to be just that big, and it should just be Dom. He's all of it. He's all of it. Yeah, leave him right there. No, move him back to where he was in between the fling. He is soulmate. He is Mary. He is move in with. He is fling.
Dom is so perfect.
I love Dom. If I liked penises, I would be all in for Dom. Dom is what I want.
Dom's my type. Dom is great.
Dom's it. Dom's the king. It. I love him.
I just, and you can minimize it if you want. He was just always there, always loyal, and he wore his heart on his sleeve, and he was emotionally available, and he was in it to win it. He was there for the right reasons. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna go watch that trash show Mole.
Yes,
because he's in it.
Yes,
though I might not because Will's in it.
That's
so
true.
I'm 50-50 right
now.
Dom
is a reason alone to watch the show. He is kind. He is sweet. He is sensitive. He is also buff as shit. It's kind of a lot of what it's hard out there to find models of what you want to emulate in being a man that isn't toxic, and I felt Dom was and I could be best friends with Dom.
I want to be best friends with Dom.
Mm-hmm.
Dom was us growing up.
Yes,
nerdy introverted kid that didn't have any attention.
Yeah, when Georgia was she made a joke about him liking anime and them something about them watching anime together or something like that. I was like, fuck yeah, let's go. Fucking Dom is out here representing the nerds.
I do Lexi in the chat at some point said, Chloe would watch anime, and I bet she would.
I bet Chloe would watch anime. She'd make fun of you for it, but you'd find an anime.
But in a good, fun, wholehearted way.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
No, I agree with so much about Dom. And the only thing about Dom, he says I followed Dom on TikTok.
Hell before this whole thing.
That's so funny. I think the only thing you can maybe fault him on is those rose-colored glasses with Francesca, and he said he loved her and things. But even then, I imagine if I buffed up like Dom and ended up on this reality show, not finding love and being a nerd and being an introvert, and then a girl like Francesca came up and said yes, I'd be like, I'm in love.
You would fall in love with Francesca in a heartbeat.
Immediately.
Yeah, 100%. I see that.
I would have fallen in the same trap.
Yes,
100%.
100%.
And then said my goodbyes and then let a beautiful girl like Georgia save me.
Yeah. You 100% would have followed a similar trajectory if Francesca got her claws into you. But Dom is great. I think that it's good to see men like that on television, especially reality shows. He seems strong. He's sensitive. He's how could you not love this guy? But also, I think Dom needs a little bit of therapy, like everybody who's willing to go on a reality TV show. I think that I have benefited a lot from therapy, and I see a lot of the same sort of like issues that I've had to overcome, like Dom having as well in his relationships. He's like going in too fast. He's like maybe unintentionally kind of love bombing. He just kind of, he just needs to figure himself out. He needs to have a little bit more confidence going into these kinds of things, and maybe be able to talk about. I think he talked about his emotions as best he could.
Yeah, it seemed like he had a trouble with intimacy.
There's something there. There's something there for sure.
He could just reflect it in a different way than you and I would. It could be trauma. It could be roadblocks. Who knows what it is? But that did seem like something that, I mean, it was the thing that Francesca pointed to, the reason she broke up. But also, Georgia seemed like we're taking our time and that's okay too. Right?
Yeah.
So, and that's all fine.
Yeah.
But
he also cried.
That was great.
He cried on TV, which I liked.
Yeah.
I was endeared to him immediately. He just is such a sweet, sweet man.
And he's like a sweet crier. Like when he's crying, he's like, you want to save him. I wanted to save him when he was crying.
Yeah.
It was
I hate the power that Dom has over me. I don't like it. I want to be best friends with him so bad.
We, as a podcast, have slid into Dom's DMs. Invite him on the podcast.
Wow.
But we have not gotten a response.
Dom, come on the podcast, please.
But the thing is, Dom is dealing with like getting followed back by like Natasha Bedingfield and stuff.
He's famous now. Dom is the kind of person who a celebrity will slide into his DMs and he will end up dating someone famous randomly.
100%. He has 400,000 followers.
Yeah. No. He is the perfect man.
And
now try this trivia. Now try this trivia. Now trivia. Now trivia. Now trivia this.